Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're at Bahrain for round 4 of LOR and for the Classic Cars event, and this week we're in the 1992 Williams FW14B and we have qualified in P7 for today's race as the lights go out and away we go, and we've had a decent start as we go side by side with the car in P6. Down into turn 1 we go, and we're going to try and go round the outside of a few cars here. Oh, but we've made a bit of contact with that car, and that puts us into P11 and last place in this race. But that's a car into the gravel there, so we can gain one position going down into turn 4, and we go around the outside of a few cars here. We're not going to make any overtakes, but it's quite crowded here, and we're just going to sit back and hopefully not make any collisions here. Going into the hairpin, oh no, we have hit the side of another car, and that is some damage to our front wing. Not going to be very helpful for us in this race, so hopefully we can try and salvage as many points as we can as that car off to the left goes quite slowly but goes right back up the inside of us with a wee bit of contact there, and now we're back into last place in this race. But now we cut to the end of the race. Not much happened in this race apart from overtaking a few cars who made a bit of mistakes, but we've actually run out of fuel heading across the line. There's a bit of debris there, and that's a car who looks like they've been out of this race, so we gain another position as we go over the line very slowly indeed, as we just about go over the line for P7 for this classic car event. But now it's time for the main event itself, and we are in the Red Bull car, remember, and we have qualified in P6 for this Bahrain Grand Prix. It's 5 red lights and away we go for this race, and that Ferrari has had quite a slow start, so his teammate overtakes him to the left and he kind of squeezes us to the right hand side of the track a wee bit there. We lock up a wee bit, but we're very slow in the inside of the corner, and that allows the faster cars on the outside to possibly overtake us. And yes, we've been overtaken by the McLaren car, so we're down into P8 in this race now. So can we possibly make a couple of overtakes here? We're going to sit back as those cars all go wide, so we get an opportunity to possibly overtake them, but we're going to back out of the move as we're not going to go side by side through this section of corners, as that would be just too dangerous at this stage in the race. But as we cut on later to the lap, that McLaren's gone wide and the Ferrari gets a good run on him, and he goes to the right, and that's pretty much him overtaking the McLaren car. But can we capitalise on his mistake as well? Into the final corner now, we're going to go side by side pretty much there, and we're going to go into the slipstream of the Ferrari car who's trying to overtake the car ahead, which I believe is a Haas car. Down the main straight, it's going to be pretty much a drag race as there's no DRS yet, as it's only lap 2 in this race. Can we be a late breaker? Yes we can, and we've made the overtake into turn 1, closing up to the back of the Haas, who also gets overtaken by the Ferrari car, and we complete the move heading out of turn 3. But we're a bit too far back to possibly make a move on the Haas car here. Oh, but the McLaren car makes a very late move up the inside, and we're forced to give him space, as that would have been probably maybe a crash otherwise. We made a bit of contact with the Haas car who was behind as well, which we didn't know was there. As now we come into the hairpin corner, we close up to the back of the McLaren car, but not enough to make any sort of overtaking manoeuvre. Going down into the tricky left-hander here. Oh, and he's made a bit of a mistake, so we see an opportunity to go side by side and possibly make a move on the car, and that is us side by side, and we're ahead of the car now, so hopefully we can complete the move into this left-hander. Yes we do, and that's us up into P6. But actually the host for that lobby left, so that completely messed up the whole lobby. We had to restart, so we're back in P6 for the start of the second race, and we've had a better start this time, and we go up the inside into turn 1, but they're going to get a higher speeds as they've got less of a tight turn to do. So we're back to P5 now as we head into turn 4. Will we be a threat from behind, or can we make an opportunity to go overtake someone in front? No, we can't, but we go a bit wide there. As now we cut towards the end of the lap, and we're under pressure from the car behind, and he goes up the inside into the final corner, but he's now side by side, and he's now got ahead of us there, and that's our teammate actually who's overtaken us. So maybe we can try and catch back up, or maybe he's just going to be faster. I'm not sure, but we've cut on to lap 2. Oh, and we've hit the back of our teammate, and that's not going to bode very well for the next few laps. As we can see here, we're struggling to keep the car on the apexes, and that's going to let us be under pressure from behind and from the Toro Rosso car, who goes up the inside into the final corner. And we're actually going to come into the pits on this lap, going to the right of the track early, so the car knows that we're pitting on this lap, as we're going to come in and we're going to go on to a set of soft compound tyres and hopefully go the rest of the race with only making one more stop in this race for another set of soft compound tyres, as we make our 6th front wing change in this season so far, after only competing in 3 races. So as our teammate now comes into the pits on lap 9, will we be able to make the undercut on him? We cut on to the start of lap 10, and yes, we have beaten our teammate coming out of the pits. As you can see on the track map, we are ahead of him, and the undercut's done well, but we're going to have more worn tyres, and he is now cut up to the back of us. He goes for kind of a late move, so we have to give the space, and then we give up the position as we don't want to crash into him, but then we actually lose the back end and go into the gravel for a bit, losing a couple of seconds there. But now we're under pressure from the car behind. He goes for the move there, the Ferrari car. Slight contact was made, and he respectfully gives the position back to us, but he's going to want to go and re-overtake us again, and we make a bit of a mistake coming out of the penultimate corner, and that's going to allow him to go right up to the back of him. We move slightly to the right of the track, and we're going to brake slightly earlier than usual to try and get some DRS, and also to do the switchback move. We go very close to the Ferrari car, and it's going to be a drag race, but we do have DRS, and we're going to go into the shifting momentarily, and then we're going to go to the left originally, then we go to the right, and then we go back to the left. Can we go around the outside? We're a bit later on the brakes, but we're going to have to hold it around the outside if we want to complete the move. We are going to have the inside now, and that's us completed the move. But we did pit again onto the set of soft compound tyres, but for some reason the footage didn't really work. But we did pit again, and we did come home for a P6 finish for the Bahrain Grand Prix. But if you have enjoyed the video, do leave a like, share the video around, and subscribe to the channel to see more videos on F1 2017. So I will see you next time for another video, and goodbye.